So 1 minute, let me connect to my audio device.
Sagar, you there? I could not see your name.
Yeah, I'm there. Uh,
Oh, okay. You have joined as attendee. Okay, okay.
no, my name is also there. I don't know.
No problem.
I
Okay, okay.
can see my name, me, Sana, and you as attendee.
Oh,
Yes,
Maybe.
yes.
perfect.
Basically, basically, only
I'm
organizers can see the attendees.
Okay, okay. No problem. Yeah.
great, great. Okay, so I believe my voice is clear and audible now. Shashi and Sagar,
Yeah.
please
It's
confirm
Yeah,
audible.
that.
yeah.
Great. So we'll go with the quick introductions and then we will proceed with how we have tailored our sessions for you and all that stuff. So could you please introduce yourself quickly, Shashi?
Yeah, hello, Raghu and Sana and all members here. My name is Sasi Sekhar Neeraj, and I have major qualification as a B mechanical. And currently, I'm serving role of quality consultant in one of the organization. Uh, Currently, I am in Belgium and having total experience of 20 years. So this is what sort uh, I mean introduction from
Thanks,
my side.
Shashi. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Sagar.
thanks for you.
Hi, Raghu. This is Sagar. I am a SAP QM as well as PP consultant, but I don't look after planning things. So I'm here in TCS since last 5 years, and before that I had 3 years of experience. So total 8 years of experience I have. I'm also in Belgium with Shashi. We are colleagues, and expectation
Great,
from this class is to learn all the planning relevant things like S4 HANA, PPDS, and all. As we are going to implement S4 in near future in our client, so the basic requirement is to know the PPDS software uh,
great,
functionalities, we can say. So we would like to learn about it more.
great. Thanks, Sagar and Shashi, for briefing your experience and also your aspirations. So, okay, I'll then go with my introduction. I'm Raghu Kumar, and I have been with this SAP for more than 20 years now, and I have been part of SAP's prestigious implementations, which involve different industries like chemicals, life sciences, automobiles, electronics, manufacturing for, uh, and also the oil and mining, and also specifically mill industry. I have been part of SAP implementation programs. Coming to the whole sessions, there are three important ways how the sessions are classified: gap analysis, discussions, trading content, and the user story. So let us try to understand about each of this aspect, and then we will probably deep dive to understand what the very essential questions of why advanced planning. So let's understand that. So let us try to understand more about this each of this aspect, like gap analysis discussions. So all the essential prerequisite topics which will be part of our discussions, like if I speak about the SAP S4 HANA, so we will speak about architecture, what is the changes it has undergone, how it can be the very significance of why would a client would go for investing on SAP S/4HANA. What are the different essential things what we need to know in the context of the very architecture? We are trying to understand it first and then go into the actual topic, right? So that are like prerequisites topics, something like that in that case. So all this comes in the discussion of gap analysis discussions. So now that I understand that you people come with PP background or QM background, so you people are little having an experience with ECC already. So that's also an added advantage for you to quickly join to the actual discussion points. But of course, I will not go with a uh, conclusion that okay, maybe you people are already aware of a topic, but I will still bring the topic. We'll take the affirmation that okay, you people are aware of it, and then we will go to the actual training content, right? That's the gap analysis discussion. Following to the training content, I believe my coordination team has already provided you with a document which briefs about the topics which will be the part of our discussions. If not, you will also receive it by after the completion of this session, right? And the very important aspect is user story, right? So what is a user story, Raghu? So there are different planners with different roles and responsibilities who play a vital role of planning in an organization. So according to them, what are the different challenges they undergo in the context of planning, and what are the different features and tools, or it can be sometimes even a navigation, simple navigation also, which are available in advanced planning, by which they are able to solve these issues, is what a user story is all about. Now, what is the significance of this user story, Raghu? We will try to relate to the real time situations when we use this user stories, right? So it would be people who are involved in production site, it can be people who are involved in site of manufacturing, or it can be people who are involved in sales and so on. So a lot of people who are involved in the context of planning, what are the different roles and responsibilities? On that basis, how do they contribute to the context of planning, and what are the different challenges they undergo? That's all we are going to understand under user stories, right? Are you having any questions on these three aspects, people?
No, so far.
Yeah.
No, right. Yeah. Just a minute. Okay. So now let us try to get with a very essential question. So, but before I continue, do you people see my screen clearly? Is it straining your eyes? You want me to increase the font? Let me know.
No, no,
Are we good?
it's clear. Yeah.
Okay. Great. So why SAP S4 HANA Advanced Planning, or there are different names we have like ePPDS also they say, or embedded PPDS. ePPDS. Now, why SAP S4HANA Advanced Planning or ePPDS? What do you think? What are your thoughts? What makes the clients to look for this planning tools? Any thoughts?
Uh, like current MRP is not enough to solve all the business problems or all the business scenarios.
Very good.
And we have to have another box to manage SNP and PPDS scenario like APO. So it will be embedded with S4HANA only. We don't need a separate box.
Very good.
Yeah, so MRP run can means if the PPDS is embedded with our current SAP like ECC in S4HANA, it will reduce the complexity between the for the users. Like if they're running MRP, it will consider everything, right? Yeah.
Good. Yeah, taken. Anything else? Any additional points? All these points, whatever you are referring to, are very valid and very good. They are correct, but still we have a few other points.
Yeah, PPDS we have, but the capacity and everything we have already in ACC also. So
Correct. This is a very good point you have brought. So Raghu, we have material planning also possible. We have capacity planning also possible, right, Raghu? But why do you think still client wants to go to advanced planning? It's a $100 billion answer, right? Why
yeah,
still EPPD? Right? That's a very important question. That's a very important point. So I would say in this way, like, so both material and capacity planning are performed simultaneously or in single step. So you people, all of you people who you people come from the PP background, you say Raghu, this material planning and capacity planning is a two-step procedure in PP. Hello?
yes,
I
yes,
perform material planning and then I perform capacity planning. But PPDS can do it simultaneously or in a single step, which makes it a very significant planning tool, right? It's a very important feature what it has. Is it only so? Of course, this is the one of the major reasons, of course, why it is appreciated by a lot of clients. But additional to that, it has the ease of. We are going to speak about this, of course, what it means by heuristics. Raghu, you're going to learn more about it. We are going to understand more about it. Heuristics based planning. We say it as user enriched experience with user defined profiles, interactive planning, tools for what if analysis, right? And last but not the least, of course, it has. Okay, alerts based planning. So these are few essential reasons that makes the client to go for EPPDS, right? So we will speak about each of them and their significance, people. So increased complexity of planning point of view. So I'll take the term, privilege like MTS, MTO, and MTE. How comfortable you are with this terminologies, people? Hello, feel free. Help me with that abbreviation also.
yeah, and yeah, MTS, MTO, make to stock, make to order, And
Hmm.
MTE, make to inventory, right?
Make make to engineering.
Yeah,
Make to
that
engineering.
concept we never used. Yeah,
Okay.
it's related to work order, right?
Yeah. So what we'll do,
Mhm.
we'll take a small example and let us understand how are these three essential process of makes are going to be classified, right? And then we will understand how as a client, as a service provider, what are the different steps I have to follow to ensure that this, when I'm going to follow this type of procedures of make, how am I managing my material and capacity plan? Okay, let's take a very simple example. Like for example, making of a sandwich. Now you say, Raghu, in this example, we will take some essential material which are needed for me. I'm taking the advantage of BOM and all these topics because you people are having the background with SAP, AP, and PM, right? But you feel comfortable. I don't know. I also see now Adesh. Hi, Adesh.
Yeah, hi. Sorry, I joined a bit late.
No problem. But yeah, I hope you are following the discussion. Please feel free to unmute yourself and raise your voice if you're not. Okay? But yeah. So we are taking a
Yeah,
very simple example of making of a sandwich, and you say, Raghu, what are the essential bill of materials? You say, okay, Raghu, we need bread, some veggies, some spices, and so on. Let's say these are some essential bill of materials. And what are the operations, Raghu, which are needed? Let's say in that case. And final operation, you say the essential one is like assembling of sandwich, let's say, right? To make our example simple and straight. Now, in this, make to stock, you say, Raghu, it is a scenario where the process of make is already done before the actual demand has arrived. You people also know these terms, actual and planned demand. So actual demand is like your sale order where you know the customer, the quantity, what he wants at what time he needs, and all that's actual demand. What is planned demand? You're expecting with the previous historical data, you're performing some PIRs, you're maintaining some PIRs in the system, planned demand requirements. So of course they are planned demand, right, people? Now, before the demand has already arrived, the actual demand has arrived, you have already made up the process, right? So that's the making of the sandwich point of view here in this case. So I go to a bakery, so that fellow will never think that, okay, Raghu is going to come today and I will prepare a sandwich for him. No, he has already prepared, expecting, okay, today is a Sunday, okay, there will be certain people who will come around, so I will let me make some 100 sandwiches, and then I'm the one who is taking one of them, right? Now, in that case, you say, Raghu, all of these operations are already performed. There's nothing which is influencing according to your demand. So obviously, I will say them as push processes. Push processes. Okay. Okay. But I will go to the second case. Instead of going to a bakery, let's say Raghu is visiting a McD, right? McDonald's. Now, even there, they will serve the sandwich. The moment Raghu asks, hey, can you please give me a sandwich? That fellow will ask, Raghu, do you need extra spices? Do you need some cheese to be added and all that stuff, right? So you say, Raghu, slicing of bread and chopping of veggies, really it is not being managed with your order. But assembling of sandwich, hello, is something he is doing only according to my wish. Hello, people, you agree?
Yes, yes,
This
yes.
operation, this operation is something is influenced according to my need. Then I refer this as pull process. Okay, I have push process and I have pull process. Now, even in the context of materials also, you say, Raghu, there are materials which are functional and innovative, right? We'll speak about functional and innovative also. There's a major classification, or a very broader way how you classify a material as right, functional and innovative. I will speak about it, but we'll come to this topic now. So, okay, assembling of sandwich is also something is managed according to the customer's need in McD. Okay, but now I say there's another new outlet which is open, where they say make your custom sandwiches, or order your custom sandwiches. Now generally you say, Raghu, your sandwich is of triangular shape, but they give you an option to make it as star, or maybe in a circular way, or maybe in different shapes. Now obviously you say that, okay, Raghu, in this case, in this another model where you're saying custom sandwiches, even the slicing of bread, the way of its chopping, or I mean the way of its slicing, the way of its size and all that stuff, is again according to the customer need. Hello people, you agree? In this case, the third context or the third example. Hello?
Yes, yes.
Right? Now you see that push and pull processes are only those which will affect, or which will help us to understand how generally the client is working, in which model. Make to stock, here the push processes are higher than pull processes, right? That's, then in that case you will say it as make to stock. How about make to order, Raghu? You will have both moderate number of push and pull processes. So any guess what will be make to engineering? The third example I took is make to engineering, right? And here pull would be greater than push. Hello? Yes,
Yes,
you are all
yes.
following. Now,
Yep.
Raghu, you will also now agree to me that, Raghu, those are the days gone where you will only operate with make to stock. You will have ample of time. You know advantages of using vector stock. You will say, Raghu, you will have ample of time. You will increase the efficiency of resources. You will ensure that there's a huge inventory already in place. But what if customer is not okay with your product? Unassembling the sandwich, undoing all the thing, and then again assembling is a very tedious job. I'm taking a very simple example of sandwich, but imagine about a real-time product which is already done. It's not that easy for us to ensure, to get the customer with according to his requirements. So there should be something called postponement. Every industry is now, they are trying to do something called postponement. Now what is this postponement? Now take the same example of McD. That fellow, what he did smartly, assembling of sandwich is the option where he has given me the option of windows, right? Like you need spices, you need extra cheese and all that stuff, and only that portion of it he stopped, which he's doing just the moment when the customer is arriving. But the rest of the things he has already did his homework, right? So in this case, he's trying to manage effectively two things, people: material planning and also capacity planning. If not, if just imagine if I go to McD and if he tells me, okay, the according to this need, if I have to go and if everything is full process, if everything is full process, he'll not go to the market and get the bread now. He will not go to the market and get the veggies now. So he will say, okay, to make your sandwich, Raghu, it will take 2 to 3 hours. Customer is gone. Customer cannot wait for 3 hours for a sandwich. Hello, right? So there is a certain portion of postponement which can be done to ensure that the order is managed according to the window of options which I've given. In that way, they are trying to manage this. Now, the overall understanding is, okay, now the clients, all the clients, at least they cannot go only to have just an MTS model. They may have to go to MTO, and MTE, something which is very much essentially visible to you in all the clients now. You say all the e-commerce sites, you say that, Raghu, the way of habits of buying has changed for the customers. Of course, the planning is also should be changed now. Why, Raghu? Why do you say that the habits of buying has changed? I'll take a simple example. The way how you have bought a mobile phone, right? It's a very simple example I'll take. So 20 years back, when you go and buy a mobile phone, you say, Raghu, hardly I have an option to choose a color, white or black or something like pink. That's it. So then I take that box and I come up. That's it. But what about today? You have a lot of awareness as a customer about a product. You know what are exactly the configuration for you're looking at, and you also know how does the product look like, and a lot of things you already know before you really go for buying it, right, people? So now it is no more an MTS. Hello, it's MTO or MTE. Now you can get it in future. Up future, you will see that everything you can customize according to your wish, right? That's the new feature which is gonna come. Of course, the customer is also happy because whatever he needs, he's gonna get it, and also the service providers are happy because they're gonna charge you a little high. That's the model it is, right? But that's the way how the dynamics of buying and selling has changed. So of course will also will affect your overall process of make also, right? And what is the next important tool what SAP is looking forward for is, of course, ePPDS, embedded PPDS. looking by its name, right? Let's relaunch this name now when you're looking at production planning and detailed scheduling. So it is trying to say that, okay, it is going to do a detailed scheduling, gives you a very minute level of understanding of what is the schedule is going to be. So one of the another important reason that makes the clients to go for EPPDS is for its granular planning. For and or I would say up to seconds level of planning accuracy in a complex process of production making is sufficient enough, right? So that's the important reason that makes clients to look forward for EPPDS book. Okay, now okay, Raghu, we take that point. Okay, this overall tool, it is going to do a or give us a very good opportunity to understand the detailed scheduling. The a very important another feature which any planning tool should have is what if analysis, people, right? What if analysis. So you say, Raghu, even for a very simple event at our home, right? Like for example, you say, Raghu, today is Sunday, maybe I have to go to a movie with my friends. Even there you will do a what if analysis, you say, right? People, you say, okay, where is the theater, how long it is, how many people are we in commute you're going to do, what is the time we have to start, at what is the time we will be able to reach, and all that stuff. And then accordingly you will say, okay, I will be able to do this all with a minimum basic level of planning. And that's what I'm saying, it as what if analysis. Now how about such a very essential production planning, people? And if you do not have a what if analysis, maybe you end up with a manual interruptions, and maybe you want this plan whatever you have should be say acknowledged, or it maybe it should be appreciated by any other colleagues, and then we want to take it an affirmation that, okay, this is the what are the plan I have did, it makes suits to others, and then we are going to make that as a final plan, let's say. To do that, there are a lot of what if analysis tools or what if analysis necessities which are needed for us, which the normal production planning doesn't give you. So that's another very important reason why you have to go for advanced planning tools like EPPDS, right? Of course, I'm taking this last point. Of course, just for mentioning, but I will not also agree, because SAP currently it has only very few theory apps. Um, but maybe going forward, they are going to include, I mean, increase lot in the scope. But theory apps are very less now. But the roadmap, overall roadmap till 2028, they are expecting a few more essential theory apps going to come, which will help the planners job easier. And there are new integration capabilities coming up with EPPDS. Like you have something called digital manufacturing cloud, right? It's playing a very essential role in the uh, future driven manufacturing process, right? So that's also there, but of course it's still in the roadmap. We don't see anything evident in 2024 or 2025 quickly, but so that's the another. Okay, so do we get our answer, at least to an extent, why EPPDS, why the clients are looking for? Hello, people, questions?
Yes, Raghu. Yes, we are good.
Perfect. Perfect.
So
Perfect.
Raghu,
Okay.
that make to engineering, it is like make to order with two different strategies, we can say, right? In MRP, if we use 20 and 60, then it will be make to engineering. Mm.
Yeah, in system point of view, you can say, yeah, in that fashion. But yeah, the overall take is that you are giving a privilege of higher pull and smaller push, right? In the overall process of make. That's make to engineering. So in the technical terms, if you are speaking in the strategy, yes, of course, you can say it, you can classify it in that way. But yeah, in the majority of understanding point of view, as a process, not in the system configuration, yes, of course, it is make to engineering. Saga. Yeah. Okay, great. So this is the way how our sessions will be driving people. So we'll speak about the topic, its prerequisites, and then we'll go to the actual topic, right? So, and of course, my sessions will also have, along with the user stories, there will be certain assignments, and I believe you people are okay to, work with the assignments. Is it? Yeah.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Perfect. 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 Okay, any other questions to me? Sagar, Shashi, Desh.
If you could go to the bullets point once again, please.
The reasons of understanding why SAP PPDS is the next
Yeah.
planning tool, right? Yeah. Sure.
So, being I'm from non PP and non-planning person, I mean, when we say interactive planning, what is does it mean? Interactive planning. What is interactive planning?
Okay. Interactive plan. Yes. For example, okay, the moment when we go into the sessions, we will realize there are wonderful interactive planning tools we have, and how we are going to use them we'll understand. For example, let's say I have a demand of 100 and I want to understand with the help of system what are the different ways I can make this uh, planning, and at the same time with the system gives you the response, and you want to say, if I'm going to do certain changes, maybe I will increase the quantity, I will going to reduce the quantity, what will be the response of the system, try to understand that, right? And then sharing the whatever the plan which I made, sharing it to other colleagues, and then they can review the plan and try to modify it and then propose their own solution, right? Is all what we say it as interactive plan. So that means you have your other colleague who is also working with you. So you say, okay, Raghu, in order to make this 100, the best way is of course to make 100 only, but they say, okay, if you go with a, okay, how comfortable are you with the topic like EOQ?
Sorry, which point? What you said?
EOQ.
P?
EOQ. EOQ,
No, I'm not aware.
economic order quantity. You heard about this term earlier?
No.
Okay, let me get this. MRP, you might have heard about it. I will still say. Then we have reorder planning, CBP, JIT. Yeah, can someone help me? What does it they stand for? I have already written EOQ what it means. Other two, other three. MRP,
JIT just in time, MRP material requirement planning.
Consumption based
just in
planning.
time. Very good, consumption based planning.
I know only the full form. I don't know. It's a working model.
That's fine.
Yeah.
We'll take an example to understand all of this four, and then I will come to a situation of where how the system can help me to understand at a given case how I can switch from one to another case, right? So that's the beauty of having advanced interactive planning with what if analysis. That material requirement planning is an effective way how you can ensure that all its dependent demands can be fulfilled, right? So that's the essential of having material requirement planning. Consumption based planning, also we refer it as reorder point plan. Just in time, of course, we also say it as 3-bin procedure. And economic order quantity, of course. We will take this examples to understand. These are all non-compromised planning techniques paper. So when I say non-compromised planning techniques, that means they are still efficient, effective even today. But maybe we have a very famous saying, right? One size doesn't fit for all, right? So all the materials they cannot be fitted in this, still in this strongly available planning methodologies. So that's the reason why we still need EPPDS. Okay. Now let us take the example of material requirement planning. Okay. So you say, Raghu, the same process of the same example here. What I take, that making of sandwich. You say, Raghu, you need bread, veggies, spices, all this stuff. So you say, okay, Raghu, only if all of these materials are available, only then you can make up your sandwich. So that means the dependent demands are all if they are only have available for you, you can make your actual finished product, right? So that's of course your material requirement planning is meant for. Then what is this consumption based planning, Raghu? Or why you are saying it as reorder point planning? You say anytime at a given point of time when I'm trying to make my inventory check, the material should be not less than certain portion of pointer or certain level. That's what we are referring it as reorder point planning, right? So for example, if I take the bread, so you say, Raghu, in your kitchen you should at least have 100 lofts of bread or 100 packs of bread should be there uh, at your kitchen, because generally you sell huge huge number of sandwiches. In that case, at least 100 loaves of bread should be there at your inventory. That's a minimum quantity. Anything less than that, you should ensure that it is getting, you're making an order to get it done, and you're making the procurement done, right? So that's a reorder point. Less than 100 is a reorder point, right? That's a consumption based plan. And how this number of 100 is coming, people, depending on the revision of understanding of how much of inventory is used every day, and on that basis you're trying to bring that number, right? Just in time. So just in time is a situation where you say, I will not use the whole warehouse of mine to fill up a specific material which I use it, which is available for me adequately, abundantly, and I don't have to rush to pile it up to a very huge inventory. Then it's a just in time inventory procedure, right? For example, in my own example here, if I say the spices, so you say, okay, the spices are available for me at any point of time in the market, Raghu. So hardly I may have 2 or 3 packets is sufficient for me, like for a given day, because if there is even if it is completed, I will be able to get it just nearby other supermarket which are there with me around my surroundings. I can get it. So hardly I need a day of time. That's it. Maybe bread I get it from a different place, so it will take lot of time. Veggies I need lot of time, but spices are packets available for me, which hardly takes 1 or 2 days for me. So having a 2 or 3 days of inventory will suffice my need. Hello, just in time, right? But all materials cannot be used in same type of procedure. You're also understanding that, okay, these are effective, and why should you use, also the very reason why. And at the same time, you also say that, okay, they have certain type of policy to play, right? For example, it is just in time, there are two important conditions, like the lead times are very less. The lead time should be very less, and there are, first one is this one, and we have multiple service providers from whom we can get it. You get this point, people, when I'm saying lead times are very less? So if I have to get this spices packet, so if it is taking 1 week of time, that's not okay, right? Because I have an inventory hardly of 2 or 3 days. It takes 1 week for me to get, so it's not okay, right? What should I do? If I only, what will I do? If I will only use just in time if the inventory fulfillment is taking a very less time, right? If I have abundant stores from where I can get these spices, so I don't have to use the lead times very high, and I will not inventory too much. I don't need it because I have it very nearly available, right? And multiple service providers are available. If I have only one service provider, and if that fellow is not available for me at a given day, I have to shut down my uh, outlet, right? Because I don't have spices, so of course I cannot make a sandwich. So obviously I should have any other service providers only there. I will I will use just in time. If not, no. Hello? Are we clear? Questions?
Yes.
Yes, right? Now,
Yeah.
in this case, maybe at a given point of time you say, Raghu, I want to use economic. Okay, what is this MRP, CBP, JIT is clear. What is EOQ, Raghu? Economic order quantity. Very oftenly we use this practice in our households, people. So you go to a supermarket, maybe that fellow says, okay, if you buy 2 kgs of sugar packet is say 100 rupees, and then he will say, if you buy 5 kgs of sugar packet, it will be 150. Or you say, okay, it's a very good deal, I'll go for 5 kgs. economic order quantity. So if I go for 2 kgs, maybe it is I'm okay to spend 50 more rupees, and I don't need 5 kgs at this point of time. I only need 2 kgs, but I'm still okay to go for 5 kgs because I'm going to get it at a lesser cost. Hello, economic order quantity (EOQ), right? Now with this small shift of this, instead of manufacturing 100 units, if I go in for 150 units, my efficiency will increase, and the raw material which I'm going to consume from the vendor is going to be consumed completely. So I'm okay to do this. So there's something called push process. I'm going to explain you in our future discussions. It's a wonderful topic we are going to understand. So there you will understand, okay, this sometimes according to the business case they may have to go for certain more production, but how the system will help you, what is the different analysis you can perform and all that stuff. So there you say that, okay, in economic order quantities, of course, sometimes where you need more, where you're trying to procure or produce little more than what you actually need, right? According to the demand point of view, the demand signal what you get is, that's the economic order quantity, people. Do you get my point? So
Uh,
generally you're asked for, okay, I will get 2 kgs of sugar, but you are getting 5 kgs because you say I have a advantage when I go for this 5 kgs pack, Raghu, in that way. Yes, Adesh.
I have one question here. In EOQ, uh, does it applicable for the shelf life product?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Very good question, Adesh. So generally, EOQ. Okay, so here I will go for the another topic what I was referring to. When I say the material planning, I was referring, there are two major classifications, functional and innovative, right? So majority of the business cases, they will use it for functional, not for innovative. So we'll take some example, right? Like innovative, why do we not use, why you will not use, EOQ as a concept? Okay, now I'm going to shift this functional and innovative. Let us try to get a basic example, basic definition, people. Functional material and innovative material, and why this classification will help us to understand why a specific technique or methodology should be applicable or should not be applicable. Also, we'll understand then. A material, the way how it's procured, produced, and used is not changed over a significant period of time, right? A material, the way how it is procured, produced, and used is not changed over a significant period of time. I refer it as functional material, people. Raghu, tell us an example. You say, Raghu, we use a hammer to fix a nail. Even in our childhoods we have seen its purpose was same, to fix a nail, and it is will be same even today, and maybe we'll expect this will be used for next 10-15 years also, to use for the same purpose, not to bang on the heads of others, right? So it's a still same purpose, Raghu. Functional material. Hello people, you agree?
Yeah, Raghu,
Functional
yeah,
material.
yeah.
Hmm? Now, what is the other example? The other way of it, right? Innovative. A material, maybe it is subjected to change because of in its way of its procurement, or in production, or in usage, right? It is called as innovative material. Okay, example, Raghu. Mobile phones are examples. Laptops are examples. The way how they are used is also changed. Mobile phone, to take a simple example, they are no more only for the purpose of only for calling or speaking, right? That's only not the one, right? You have a lot of options to do use your mobile phones for now. Okay, it's an innovative material, no doubt. And you will also agree with me, Raghu, you cannot use same level of technique or the same level planning for a functional and innovative material. You agree with me? Hello? Of course, innovative materials will need an additional attention, additional way of planning intensity. So yes, they cannot fit in a same window, right? Innovative materials have a different requirements, and functional materials will have a different requirements. Now, if I go back to our exam question, what Adesh has come, can I use EVOQ? So firstly, I need to understand the material by itself, does it falls into functional or innovative? First one is, of course, whenever they are trying to say it is a shelf life, more shelf life is, of course, You say it is coming little too functional, Raghu. Less shelf life is, of course, you are different to innovative by its nature, number one. And also, the lesser shelf life is, of course, you will not use EvoQ. If here I took the example of sugar, you say, Raghu, it's okay for you to buy 5 kgs of sugar because you will still use it for next, not 2 months, but you will use it for 5 6 months. Adesh, you agree with me? Thumbs up, right? But if I
Yeah,
get the same order, like same deal, you have to buy, like say for example, 10 liters of milk I will give you within 100 rupees. You say, Raghu, you cannot use so much of milk within a week. Also, you can't consume it, man. It's gonna get ruined, right? So you say, Raghu, it is not going to help you to go with a excess amount of procurement, or also production. Also sometimes you will not do that, you will not encourage, because you say there will be a lot of other challenges what you have to undergo next to manage the inventory again, right, Adesh?
correct, correct.
Right, so again coming back to the example, of course functional materials are very majorly the ones which are used for AOP, majority of cases, not even the innovative materials, though they do not have shelf life. Still I cannot. Mobile phones, as an example, like for example, if a mobile phones you are using something like processors. Processor will take example of Intel. Okay, Intel fellow says, Raghu, you take i5 processors, I'm going to give you at a lesser cost. Still I will not take very huge amount of processors. What only I need I will take, because today I am using i5 processor to make my laptops. Tomorrow i7 comes and I'm using i5 because I have huge inventory of i5. What am I going to sell to the customers? Is of course an outdated product, right, Adesh, Shashi, Sagar? You people agree? So obviously I will not take processors. But if the same point is, you say, Raghu, the screws and nuts, will it come into a functional or not? People, screws and nut, whatever
Yeah,
product is,
it's a
Raghu,
functional
yeah,
product.
it is of course a functional. Is it okay to go with a little more what you really need? Of course it is okay. Instead of you say 100 dozens, I will take 150 dozens or 200 dozens. That's fine, because that will not really do a difference to the very process of make, let's say, right, or the very product by itself, right? So that's the way how we will look at it. So there are a lot of this the upcoming topics we are going to speak about, like what are the factors which influence us to understand how a client will deal with the product and how should it be planned, how is it going to do that. We are having some interesting case studies, people, that we are going to see, read and try to understand about the user stories, and then we will move on to the actual server to realize how it is possible in our systems, right? So that's the way how we have planned our sessions. Yeah, wonderful questions coming up in this discussions. Very good. Appreciate. Hmm. Any other questions? Okay. I take the silence as no then. Great, great. So I stop the screen sharing. So yeah, thank you so much for giving us this
So,
opportunity
Raghu,
to
I
brief you
just
on.
have one question. Uh,
Please, please, please.
yeah. So you introduced a new for us it's new, like EPPDS and all. So
Hmm.
is it like PPDS only, or in WM we have WM, and EWM is a enhanced WM,
It
that
is
means
enhanced. It is
yeah,
extended warehouse management. It is extended. This is embedded.
exactly.
That's the reason why
Yeah,
I
okay.
gave it a small e, embedded. It is
Okay,
embedded
so
PPTs.
it will not be like I know WM and I know EWM
Hmm.
little bit. So EWM is very complex and WM is okay, means understandable, small transactions. So
No, no, you don't have to compare this like that. No, no, nothing.
okay.
Nothing there.
Mhm.
So when you speak about architecture, you will understand why did Raghu say it as EPPDS, why it
Mhm.
is, what was the older architecture when we understand. See, I
Mhm.
strongly believe you should be able to appreciate the new when you know the old, right? So we'll speak about the
Yeah.
older architecture also, and then we'll speak about the new architecture. Then you say, oh, Raghu, there's a reason why it is making a lot of sense for the clients to go for their, the new landscape with EPPDS. They'll understand that. So that's a very good catch here. EPPDS or embedded PPDS. Why do we refer it as? That we will see in our next session when we speak about architecture. Very good. Yeah.
Okay. So, if we follow entire content of this training, the sessions we are going to conduct, are we
Hmm.
able to apply for the certification S4224? Uh, you
So
know,
it comes with the manufacturing. Yeah, 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 yeah. All the PPDS topics which have, they will be covered here, so that you should be able to strongly, confidently go for that. But generally, I will not. I will, as a certification point of view, whatever I would say is going to the standard materials is still essential for you. But the terminologies you will be more, you will be more be able to understand it. You will be able to relate to it because you know that what do they really mean, right? After this session, but you still have to go through your regular standard material basic read, Sagar. This is just my
okay.
advice, right? So
Hmm.
only then you going for the certification is it makes a lot of sense. But of course, no doubt, the awareness about these topics will surely help you to make yourself your journey towards the certification comfortable.
Yeah, I pinged you the syllabus of that certificate because for our client, it's compulsory to complete the PPDS certification. That's why
Okay,
I did
so
for
if
it.
if
So I
if you
pinged
want
you
to,
the. Mhm.
got it, got it. If you want to go for the certification program, we have another certification program. Sana will be able to guide you on that. So that's
Okay.
another program also additionally there. It will be second. It's like part two. I'll keep it in simple, right? This is part one. Then comes part two, the certification preparation program, right? That's a different. This step two. But we'll firstly understand the very topics by themselves, and then our preparation for certification. It will be a next step. Is that okay, Sagar?
Okay. So
I hope
this
it
will
got,
be
your
a
question got
separate
answered.
course, you mean, for certification?
Yeah, correct, correct. Because the standard SAP certification, what you're gonna do, I think it has additional PP topics also, if I'm not wrong. So the latest certification asks about it. We have to also review the materials what we have to go through. But yeah, this will be the second step. After this program, you will have to go to this certification also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Mm.
But this is still the step one which you have to still do, because without awareness about these topics, going to the
Mhm.
certification directly is not possible
Yeah,
without a
that's true.
question. Hmm?
So,
Okay.
Sana, can you please share the content of this course once again? If you already shared, we may have missed.
Yeah, yeah, I'll share it once again, no problem.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you, Raghu. Thanks, Anna.
Thank you all. Yeah, great.
Yeah, thank you, Raghu. Thank you.
Thanks, Raghu. Thanks, Anand. Thanks, everyone. Bye bye.